What's the word, man? What's the word? What's going down, man? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hope y'all having a good start to the day. Hope y'all got good plans to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Last couple of weeks of summer before these kids go back to school. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Get these kids out these streets. Get them in these schools. But come on, man. Let's talk about it. And the crazy part is, I did not want to talk about this subject. I tried to avoid it. But, I've also come to the understanding that as media, you got to have an opinion. As media, the community expects you to have an opinion. Everything can't be politically correct. Sometimes you just got to call a spade a spade. And, I try to give everybody their chances. So I sat back and I listened. A lot of people, a lot of bloggers, shout out to everybody that was being able to stay on top of the Hitman and VERB drama and respond every time a nigga sneezed and shit, had a new blog up about it. Salute to y'all. But for me, this was a little bit more personal than most of the things that happen in battle rap. Just to be completely transparent, for me is a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of respect for both of these artists. What's up, Ramp Sitter? How you doing, my boy? Thumbs up the video. I got a lot of respect for VERB. I got a lot of respect for Holla. Like, Holla and I are closer in age. You know what I'm saying? I think he graduated like 05. I graduated 06. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of history with Holla I know from firsthand accounts, not necessarily from being one of his homies, but just from talks in the neighborhood, talks around the city. You know what I'm saying? We graduated pretty much the same time. We both played basketball. We both played football. You know what I'm saying? Both competed at a high level. So know a lot more about Hitman and just things I heard about him growing up. You know what I'm saying? But I got a lot of respect for VERB too, because VERB was one of, you know what I'm saying, obviously, especially when it comes to this battle rap thing, a name that, you know what I'm saying, pretty much stamped St. Louis. But we keep it a beam, man. We got to keep it $1. All that sensitive shit out the window. Hey, yo. I talked about this when this first happened because I already knew where this was going to go. I already knew where this was going to go. The moment I seen Hitman and VERB into it, it wasn't nothing else to talk about. And, let's just take it back. And this is just all my opinion on shit. Let's just take it back because a lot of the things that VERB been saying has been around the narrative that him and Holla was brothers. And I got a little brother and I got an older brother. So I got, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I got good perspective in this. So, throughout the relationship with your brother, there are absolutely 1,000% situations that are where you just gotta run a fade with your brother. Sometimes your brother, you know what I'm saying, little brother, big brother, they get too big for their britches. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, they want to test their mic. Shout out to the Green Rangers. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, your little brother or your big brother want to test their mic. And so it ain't nothing wrong with a brotherly fade. So the battle that happened, you know what I'm saying, the infamous battle between VERB and Hitman in St. Louis, 9 times out of 10, there's nothing wrong with a brotherly fade. However, there's always something wrong with a brotherly fade in public where people can see the fight, where people can give an opinion, critique the fight, and forever talk about the fight. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to fight your brother against you and your brother. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to fight you and your brother, you know what I'm saying, in front of your mom, in front of your dad. Okay, whatever. Even at a family gathering, like that ain't really, it ain't looked at too good. You know what I'm saying? But you might be able to get away with that. When you're fighting in front of the general public, when you're fighting family or somebody that you really have a relationship in front of the general public, when you catch your face with your brother, it's not going to ever be the same. Not in public. It's not one fave that I've caught in public that relationship was exactly where it was prior to that fade. Because pride comes in the way. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got to get knocked out, but if you get hit good one time, maybe you stumble, maybe you fall, maybe they break your nose, maybe they make you bleed, cut your lip. It's not that those things happened in a fight. It's that those things happened in a fight and everybody saw it. So this Hitman and VERB battle, it was great for the culture. It was great for the story of battle rap. It might have been great for their career-wise, but for their relationship, nothing was ever the same after that. Now, again, this is my opinion, but nothing was ever the same after that. So then you get to this RBE joint. VERB is already on the card. Now, ARP, shout out my dog ARP, allegedly, apparently, he said that we have a budget. We got a budget, VERB, and this is what I got for you. VERB looked at ARP, said, this is not my price. My price is my price. ARP say, this is all I got. Work with me. You know I got you. You know I got you. Work with me. I want y'all to pin that. The fade should happen on Suge's platform so they can shake hands after any other way. It would be a sad. It's already sad. St. Louis already going out bad. Like, being from the city, this look crazy. You got our two biggest stars, our pillars, our icons out here about to war. And everything, they about to war with each other. It's all bad. But again, so in 2018, you know what I'm saying, ARP does the contract negotiations with VERB. Him and VERB settle up on a price. ARP then, you know what I'm saying, finds more money, whatever happens. Maybe he got an additional sponsor. Was in talks with Hitman Holla about possibly battling on this card. And once VERB got wind of it, once he got notice about it, allegedly, apparently, because I wasn't in those rooms, VERB said, I need more money. You want me to battle? You want me to battle? You told me you had this money, but then you turned around and got Hitman Holla, which I know he gets that money, so I need some of your money to make this money look like that money. So that right there is a tough situation, because at the end of the day, my price is my price. But there's also something to be said about allowing your brothers to eat. There's something to be said about maximizing the opportunity that you had. Now, let's just say I'm a $10,000, you know what I'm saying, battler, right? So every time I battle, I want 10. But ARP comes to me and says, hey, we only got 7.5 for you. I say, no, I'm a $10,000 battler. But he says, I only got 10.5, I only got 7.5 for you. No, I'm going to make this work. You know we good money. We do good business. You know what I'm saying? Take this 7.5 this one time. I got you. I think about it. I say, okay, good. Let's get to work. I start writing. Maybe a week later, I hear that they put Deadass on the card. And I know Deadass is asking for, he's a $15,000, $20,000 battler. And I'm like, hold on. I couldn't get the 10 I was asking for, the 10, which is my regular price. I gave you a deal just for you to turn around and go get somebody I know got a higher price than me. But even though they got a higher price than me, I got a relationship with, that's my man's. Been outside. That's my man's. Running this media thing. That's my man's. Do you take the homie discount? Now, a lot of people are quick to say, of course, I'm gonna let my brother eat. But that might not be your situation at that point in time. What if you needed that? You needed that extra 25. What if you needed that extra 25? I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just laying out the facts. I'm just laying out the facts and how it looks. Thumbs up the video, man. If you're new to the channel, thumbs up the video. Shout out to my brother Deadass Talk. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the media that's been covering this. You know what I'm saying? It was lit. Yesterday was lit. Don't act like we had 2,500 people on the live. Hey, respectfully, Sue Surfer ain't never done them numbers. 2,500 people on a Twitter live, on an X live, whatever you want to call it. Respectfully, treat a wave. He ain't never seen them number in the spaces. That was monumental. That was influence. I ain't gonna lie to you. So anyway, let's get to the murder move situation. Because I feel like I ain't gonna lie to you. Gerald McCoy, I know you do a lot for battle rap. I know you do a lot for the community. But this particular situation got your blood all over it. Your hands is covered in blood on this one, my boy. I do not understand for the life of me. I don't care how close Hitman and VERB is. Respectfully, Gerald McCoy, I know you work for FS1. Can FS1 go talk to your brother about your contract? Can FS1 go talk to Gerald McCoy's brother, if he has a brother, I don't know. Could he talk to could Gerald McCoy brother speak on a contract negotiation with FS1 for him? I'm going to assume no. That's bad business. Just because we have a relationship doesn't mean he speaks for me or speaks for my money or speaks for my time or speaks for my expertise and my professional portfolio. My brother can't speak to that. Gerald McCoy's brother, if he has a brother, can't speak to that. You know who can speak to Gerald McCoy, who can advocate for Gerald McCoy contract negotiation, what he's worth, what he's valued at, who can talk Gerald McCoy business? Gerald McCoy. Now, I'll also say this. As an investor, I got to know everything. So that's where Hitman and Beasley misstep was. As an investor, if Hitman Holla has been on this platform and he's been saying for years, URL ain't been calling me. Been saying for years, Beasley ain't calling me. That is where the misstep lies. Because if I'm an investor and you calling me for $20K, I got $20,000 invested in this battle. I want to know what's going on. I got to know what's going on. Beasley, tell me what's going on. Tell me the marketing plan. Because if you tell me we good to go, all I need is $20K so I can start writing. Okay, I'm about to send it. But then 30 minutes later, I see you saying the exact opposite of what you just told me. You ain't heard from Beasley. You ain't talked to Beasley. It's been 5 days. I just need to know that. What we have here is a failure to communicate properly and effectively. Gerald should have never went to VERB. VERB, your problem was when Gerald brought that to your desk. Now, perception is everything. Perception is everything in this because there's not good communication. So we can only go off our assumptions and what we perceive, right? Because there isn't consistent communication. So VERB, where you went wrong is when Gerald brings you to that when he brings that to your doorstep. Hey man, what's going on with Holla? Like he was just on the phone with me saying that him and Mook, Mook Beasley, they got in the bar rolling on this battle. He won 20. I told him I would help him out to get the battle going because I am for the culture. So I told him I spot Hitman 20K, but then he back in his spaces and he's saying he ain't talking to Beasley. VERB, you know anything about this? This is what you should have did, VERB. VERB, there's only 2 options for you in that scenario that are going to paint the picture that you was A1. There's only 2 options. One, soon as Gerald started talking about Hitman money and Hitman business, if you know you and Hitman ain't seeing eye to eye, you don't even know what's going on with Hitman and his dealings, you say, Gerald, why you calling me with this shit? That's my man, but why you calling me with this? Call Hitman. If you don't know nothing, you don't say nothing. You don't insinuate anything. Let's keep it P. If you don't know nothing, you don't say nothing. Don't insinuate. Don't insinuate there's a manager involved. Don't insinuate you don't Nick's situation, Nick relationship with Hitman. No. You should have, again, you got two options in this. Gerald call you, hey, you know what's going on with Hitman? No, I don't. Call him yourself. Option one. Option two. Hey, Verb, you know what's going on with Hitman? Nope, but he good money though. Nope, but he good money though. Verb, I understand you saying you don't know what's going on with Hitman and his professional dealings. Can we go with historical? Can we go with historical footprints? Have you ever heard about Hitman running off on a deposit? Have you ever heard about Hitman no showing a battle? Can we go off historical facts? If we don't know, is it safe to assume, Gerald McCoy, you have advocated and you have financed a lot of the best and a lot of the bigger battles in battle rap? In your historical perspective, has Hitman ever ran off on a deposit? Has he ever not showed up for a battle? If these things aren't happening, and even if they were happening, even if he had a history of this, go ask that man. Go ask that man. So it's a lot of blame to go around, but Gerald McCoy, if we was doing percentages, 100%, you're getting about 73%, my boy. You're getting 73% of the blame for this. Because again, no one can negotiate or talk Gerald McCoy's FS1 contract without Gerald McCoy. No one knows what Gerald McCoy wants to do with that contract, with that negotiation, how many years he wants to be there, how much money he wants to get paid per episode, how many times he wants to do the episode. Only person that knows that information is probably his agent and Gerald McCoy. This is all I'm saying, man. This is all I'm saying. So that's my take on that end of it. You said, I think we failing to acknowledge at this point in time, VERB is more closer with brothers than Gerald, than Hitman. So looking out for his bro. Again, so here's the thing. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. If y'all saying that he had a closer relationship with Gerald than Hitman, I'm not mad at that. But you know what I'm saying with that? If that's the case, tell Gerald to call Hitman. Why? Like that? That's the easy transition. I don't know. I ain't talked to dude. Call him yourself. I can't speak on that. I don't know. Anything other than that can be insinuated, can be perceived as hate. If you don't do those two options, when you get that call from Gerald, either tell him to call Hitman himself or say you don't know, or there's a third option and just completely, wholeheartedly have all the confidence in the world that Hitman is who he's been his entire career and say, man, you know Hitman good for that. That man valued at $3 million, but he worried about 24. He already said he's going to give you the money back. So VERB was supposed to say, yeah, because it's Hitman. If G asks VERB an honest question as a friend, nothing wrong with being honest. G was never supposed to repeat this convo as a friend. Again, Gerald McCoy got a lot of blame. He got a lot of blame in this particular incident. But I'm saying, if VERB is looking out for Gerald, why not? But you don't want to be involved in it, all you got to say is call that man. I don't know. Because VERB still has a relationship with Hitman. Whether it's just for public or it's a personal relationship, they still faking the funk. They was still faking the funk. Maxed out. I do not care if niggas was standing on the opposite side of the parking lot. We was faking the funk. Y'all was faking the funk. No one knew that there was a problem until the damn spaces. That's when it went to the ceilings. It's egos and it's pride. It's always. It's egos and it's pride. That is all. When it comes to like the detriment of black men, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's our ego and our pride. We, for whatever reason, we have a problem to just say, I'm sorry. Why is it so difficult in 2024 for grown men to just say, if you know you did wrong, and even if you didn't know you did wrong, if you care more about that relationship than your damn ego, why is it not best practice? Why is it not acceptable to just say, I'm sorry, my bad? Even if I ain't even know that was a play. My bad. I ain't know. How was that so difficult in this culture? Like, do y'all realize a lot of the things that we got going on in this culture is because of bad communication, egos, and pride? Everything going on in this culture is driven by people's egos and people's pride. Everybody want to be number one. Everybody want to be number one. Nobody can just play their role. And I ain't saying you got to be number two forever. I'm not. But sometimes you got to cut your nose off to spite your face. Sometimes saying sorry in 2018 or saying sorry in 2012 prevents situations like this in 2024. But we here now. We here now. Thumbs up the video, man. Thumbs up the video. You said if Hitman say he not messing with VERB for like 6 to 8 years, why would Hitman feel VERB owns him any loyalty over G? Now, this is what I will say. Thumbs up the video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Shout out my brother Deadass Talk. You know what I'm saying? Go back and watch the screen records. We got interviews. Got a fire interview with Dollar Bill, Capo, and Spill some Bash Money on the channel right now. So thumbs up the video. This is what I will say. Hitman, if you had a problem with that man, and if you had a problem with that man in 2018 when y'all talked after y'all talked, you should have, if it was a problem, put it all out there. If it wasn't a problem, put it all out there. Because I will say this, to VERB's point, he can only react to what he know. He can't react to what somebody's not telling him. If we're not being open and honest with each other, again, if we don't have proper communication, if I feel like I can't tell you 100% of my emotions and my feelings and how I truly am maybe hurt by this, am truly impacted by this, then it's hard for me to cast blame on VERB from that aspect, because he can only react to what he knows. He said he apologized in 2018, said we good. Hitman said he was good, but if he wasn't good, if there were still residual feelings, again, it goes back to what I said about that battle. One of the greatest battles ever, but catching a fade with your brother is one thing. Catching a fade with your brother in public for everybody to see is a completely different. It's a completely different thing. It's a completely different thing, because now 5-10 years ago, we still talking about this. Hey, shout out my brother Deontay McBride. Hey, Debo, I'm gonna be in Dallas in a couple weeks. My boy, link up with me. Hey, but shout out my brother Deontay McBride. If y'all are on Instagram, he got Bible verses that he be doing on his Instagram Live. Real inspirational. Do a lot of great content, man. Go follow my dog, man. Go follow my dog, man. Thumbs up the video. You said Hitman need to take accountability. It's accountability to go around, though. This is not on one person. You cannot put the blame on one person. It's not all Gerald. It's not all Hitman. It's not all VERB. It's not all Beasley. It's a combination. Now, VERB, one of the things I know I didn't like that you said, and I think a lot of people kind of walk past this, because I really started paying attention when you started using the words like brother. Once you start talking about brother, I got brothers. So then I'm starting to think, okay, as an older brother, as a little brother, how am I reacting to this? How am I reacting to this? As an older brother, as a little brother, what am I seeing in this? I would never make my brother a casualty of war. I will never make it look like my brother could be perceived as a casualty in my war. If I make a move, no, there's no casualties for me. If Beasley is the target, Hitman's not a casualty. If Beasley is the target, URL is not a casualty. If Beasley is the target, Smack is not a casualty. If I got a problem with Beasley, I'm addressing Beasley. I'm going to Beasley. I did not like that it felt like to me you were willing to get in the middle of this battle to hurt the URL and to hurt Beasley. Can we say that? I didn't like that you came out and you said, hey, Beasley, Hitman and Murder Mook not going down, and it's because of me. Why would you say that? Because when you say that, that insinuates that you're willing to throw Hitman under the bus in order to meet your agenda with Beasley. As a brother, that's not something I would do. I would not do that to my little brother. I would not do that to my big brother. Like, if I got smoke, I got smoke. Ain't nobody, everybody clear the room. Like you said, everybody clear the room. It's me and it's him. Now let's get to last Monday, because y'all know I ain't been talking about this. I keep it St. Louis. Let me get to that. Respectfully, I hit up Street Status O. If y'all don't know who O is, he's the league owner for Street Status. A lot of VERB's first battles, a lot of St. Louis battles happen on St. Louis Street Status. Respect to them. Respect to that man. I tried to bring him up on the channel so we can have a conversation, because one thing about me, I'm a historian. And I'm okay with saying I don't know the details of something. If it happened in the past and I don't know about it, I'm willing to say, hey, let me talk to somebody who know about it. Let me talk to somebody who was there. Let me talk to somebody who was really in the mud, really in the, you know what I'm saying, really in the mix. Because 2012, I'm playing arena ball. 2012, I'm not in St. Louis no more. I'm in Nebraska playing arena ball. I didn't graduated from college. I'm playing arena football. Like, that's where I'm at in 2012. So I wasn't there. So I was looking for a O to come up here and shed light on what was really going on in 2012. I was looking for him to come in and have input. So I'm keeping it very St. Louis. Thumbs up the video though. We having a good time, man. Again, I ain't talked about this. I don't let all the other bloggers eat. All the other bloggers have an opinion and speak on it. Now I'm about to speak on it. So we here. So let's bring up. So Beasley coming into the spaces last night. I ain't gonna lie. Beasley coming into the spaces last night was a curveball I did not see being thrown. I didn't know, and it's funny. And if y'all know me from the Hitman interview, after the Cassidy battle, y'all remember how difficult it was for me and Hitman to actually get that interview started. So again, like I'm seeing him in the spaces, listening to him struggle through trying to get Beasley onto the spaces, onto the platform as a speaker. I'm like, damn, if this don't remind me of when I did my interview, if that don't remind me when I did my interview. But no, Beasley came into the spaces, and this is what I want to say about Beasley. Got a lot of respect for Beasley, obviously, as one of the owners of the URL. Like, the presence in the moment was big. But as far as the information that he gave, he didn't say anything new that we already didn't know. Respectfully, I know everybody hanging up on that $3,000, and shout out to Beasley, because Beasley kept it real. He said $3,000 is not VERB's deposit, but he said he needed something just to know that it's real. Now, VERB, I ain't gonna lie to you. You've been picking up URL checks for over a decade. Unless one of them jokers bounced and you ain't told us, the $3,000 to let you know it's real is kind of crazy. It sounds kind of crazy, but I get it though. The $3,000 is kind of like, at least that you can start writing and start preparing. But that's the same thing it's the same thing Hollow wanted. He wanted the $20K from Gerald so he can get started with writing and started preparing for the battle. The problem is that in that sense, that's the pot calling the kettle black. You talked about that all last year. Swamp, URL wouldn't even give me $3,000 for you. They wouldn't even lock in a contract. I tried to lower my price. I did this. I did that. But at the end of the day, you still needed a little bit of money to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, that they are invested just as much as you are into the battle. That's all Hitman was doing. So to to insinuate that that is not a common practice in battle rap, that's inconsistent. It's just inconsistent. We got over 160 people on the live, man. But Verb been saying that from the jump, so that's not any news. TK the Poet, that's exactly what I'm saying. That wasn't any news. Like Beasley, there was nothing that Beasley said. Beasley's presence was impactful, but Beasley's information that he gave, there was no new information I didn't know. Only thing he confirmed is that Verb, he doesn't owe Verb any money. The URL, he doesn't feel like the URL owes him any money. Now, Verb, you saying you wanted a Cash App, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I do know if you're getting money from a corporation and you getting that routing number, come on, bro. You know you're getting them direct deposits. You know you be getting, you're getting the direct deposits. Yeah, again, day one Kennels, the $3,000 deposit, the 3,000. I'm not even saying that was the deposit. The $3,000 that Verb was that Verb had requested from Beasley and the URL for the Swamp Battle was not new news. And I hear a lot of people saying that they don't know why Verb is mad or what, you know what I'm saying, what ultimately was the problem. And it's kind of crazy. The problem that Verb has is the same problem that Beasley was speaking on. The problem that Verb has with the URL, in my opinion, is the same problem that Beasley was speaking on, which was the bootleggers. The bootleggers. Do y'all remember when Maxed Out happened, when Maxed Out 3 happened? Verb said that he felt like the URL and Beasley had stole a whole bunch of money from RBE because they were sending the stream out. And they were talking about all the bootlegging from RBE and how he felt like he lost a whole bunch of money because he was supposed to be getting a percentage of the pay-per-views, and the bootleggers cost him a whole bunch of money. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember those conversations? He put that blame and that onus on the URL and Beasley. And it's not the $3,000 that everybody think it is. I really think it's that RBE Maxed Out 3. Again, if you go back like a couple of days, a day after that, 2 days after that, 3 days after that, Verb is in the spaces talking about the bootleggers. And he is saying that the bootleggers cost, I can't remember the exact amount of money, but it was a lot of money. It was significantly a lot of money. And a lot of that blame went on the URL. So I think that's what he's mad about. Now let's get to once we know that they got problems. Now, Verb, I get it. You feel a certain type of way towards Hitman because the moment y'all had y'all falling out, Hitman is doing spaces and Swamp's up there, and you know what I'm saying? Shout out Swamp, and Cola's up there. Shout out Cola, Polo, Tone Bro, Black Compass Media. They're up there and they're talking about it. And it feels like, I ain't gonna lie, it feels like a conference, the I Hate Verb conference. You know what I'm saying? I Hate Verb Twitter spaces. That's what it looked like. It did. Is there something wrong with that? We're keeping it battle rap at that point. We're keeping it battle rap at that point. They talking about they don't like you in the form of battle rap. Now, I'll also say this, and we got to be consistent. When you throw a punch at somebody, you cannot dictate how they throw a punch back. Do you believe URL had a hand in sending out a stream to take the money from RBE? Tyson, I never said I believe that. That was Verb. I don't believe that. Do I believe that a lot of people bootleg that Maxed Out event? Yes, for sure. Absolutely, I believe that. But I don't believe that the URL was out here sending out streams. I don't believe. Now, that part I do not believe, Tyson. But again, when you throw a punch at somebody, you cannot dictate how they throw a punch back. If you throw a punch at somebody and they shoot you, is it overreaction? Hell yeah. But when you throw a punch, you can't dictate how it come back to you. So Hitman Holla, you know what I'm saying? He's keeping things, I would say, battle rap. Yeah, we're at the point where they saying that they want to box. And again, that's where I thought this was going. I think everybody thought this. Did everyone think this was leading up to Hitman Holla versus VERB for Shotgun Suge main event boxing match? I'm like, oh my God, I gotta be in a building for this. But that was another reason I really didn't follow the story and just, you know what I'm saying, every 12 minutes, oh my God, VERB, he's got a space. Oh my God, Hitman Holla just like, I thought it was all promotion for something positive. So then you get VERB. VERB shoots back. Now, VERB, to your point, yeah, you don't have nobody, VERB, you never have people in your spaces. You never allow people consistently to get in your spaces and have a platform. If I was, you got Redo in there, the boss used to be in there. I don't know where your status is with the boss is, but Rito was a common speaker. The boss, 3 Letterman, my dog, and then maybe Doc. You know what I'm saying? I think I was up there like once or twice, but for the most part, it's the VERB show. VERB go on this platform and he talk his ish. Now, VERB, you might not have got out of towners in this, but you definitely hit a button, and you knew you hit a button with that Byron Blake. You knew you hit a button with that Byron Blake. Respect me, like, and I was at maxed out when Byron Blake got beat down. Like, I definitely was. I absolutely was in the building for that. But VERB, you gotta know that's gonna set somebody who you've already given the title as being demonizing him for his sporadic, you know what I'm saying, emotional behavior. When again, I ain't gonna lie to you, that's a lot of people in St. Louis. Like, VERB, are you saying like don't nobody act like I act like that? I can't lie. My home, like Showtime and Deadass to tell you, like when we into it, when it's a debate, I'm passionate about the way I speak. If I feel like I'm right, I'm passionate about my stance. If I feel like I'm getting the upper hand, yeah, I'm about to bark on you. Like, I don't know. But that Byron Blake situation, him bringing up, now Byron Blake, again, he got his own situation with Hitman Holla. He got his own problems with Hitman Holla. But you bringing up that blog talking about him and him bringing up, you know what I'm saying, Hitman's mama situation, financial situation, him bringing up Hitman dad's situation, you talking about Showtime, Hitman falling out with Showtime, you doing a lot. That's a lot. And all the while, and I also want to acknowledge this. I don't think y'all realize how sick VERB mom is. Now, this ain't excusing nothing. But I don't think y'all understand, and I don't even think I understand, but I think I have an assumption because VERB is not a very public person. He don't tell his public business. But in the past month or so, I've seen VERB actually, you know what I'm saying, reach out to the public and say, send prayers up for my mom's. Like, regardless of how you feel about me, like, that's my mom's. So I want to say prayers up there, you know what I'm saying, not only Hitman's mom, but also a VERB mom. But you got to know, when you start talking about family, you start injecting families in this, there's like, where do you think this is going to lead to? Where do you think it's going to go? We know the situation that happened with Hitman and somebody breaking into his house and Cinnamon unfortunately getting shot. You're using that man's platform, the same man who was playing the 911 recording, the same man that you know don't like Hitman on a personal level, don't like Cinnamon on a personal level. You're using that information to combat what Hitman is saying with a bunch of battle rappers. Now, mind you, you cannot dictate how somebody shoot back at you. If you throw a punch, He shoots you with a 12 gauge. That's just what it is. That's how he decided to respond. But you got to know when you do that, ain't no coming back from it. You got to know that when you do that, like, y'all talk this much, y'all got to fight. And I'm not encouraging it. I don't want to see it, but it got to happen. Boxing ring that's the best way and the most professional way for this to happen, but I don't think it's going to be that. I really don't. I think they're about to catch each other. I think it's to the point now where I really do think they're going to they will run a fade. Now, obviously, both of them standing on, you know what I'm saying, on their business. Hitman said, I've been told you to send me the location. You're right. I shouldn't have said I shouldn't have said we. Now it's me. Send me the location. Verb, like, I got armed security. This ain't nothing new. I've had armed security, which is true. That is true. Verb has had armed security dating back to who he had smoke with. Who did he have smoke with? Because I think it was the same. I can't remember what battle it was, but he's been saying he had armed security. That ain't nothing. That's nothing new for me to hear about. But to say you're gonna have your armed security shoot somebody that you was running the streets with, to say you're gonna have somebody, your armed security, blow down the man that helped, you know what I'm saying, really helped put St. Louis on the map is crazy. Those are crazy incentives. Now, yeah, you can say that you said you want to box that man. You've kept it professional, and if anything happened to you, you're painting this picture that that they gonna go and run a hitman. All of that will and may be true, but you know good. You know just like I know, a lot of this, and again, I will continue to say this. A lot of this is ego driven. A lot of this is pride driven. A lot of this is a failure to communicate. Everybody grown, but don't nobody want to get up on the phone and talk and call the person who you got smoke with. Everybody grown. Everybody grown in battle rap. Everybody grown in battle rap. But no one can simply pick up the phone and call another man and say, what's up? If it's really that, what's up? We ain't got to do all the internet. He said that when he said, Temp, I'm changing the narrative. Okay, he said, when Hitman said, we're going to come to your battle, Verb said, well, I will be having armed security. Somebody going to die because I'm going home. And again, I admit, Verb has had armed security. I admit, Hitman said he was wrong. He said he was wrong for saying that they was going to pull up to Easy's event. He didn't even know. Apparently, he's saying that he didn't even know that Verb and Serious Jones is battling. And honestly, if you didn't know that Verb and Serious Jones is battling, I wouldn't be surprised. Given what everything is going on, I wouldn't be surprised at all if you didn't know that he actually has a battle coming up. Which, if you Easy to block, Captain, this is a pen thought. But if you Easy to block, Captain, I'm very curious. Is all this drama impacting your momentum for Trench's anniversary card? Are the problems going on between Verb and Hitman Holla affecting the momentum and the publicity for Serious Jones and Verb on Trench's anniversary card? Are people going to show up and support as much as they would have prior to all of this? I'm very interested. But yeah, again, I think
I couldn't find anything belonging to Jones called Trisha's anniversary card linked to your iCloud account.
Sorry, you know Siri be nosy. You know Siri be nosy. But again, Hitman apologizes for saying that he shouldn't have said we, and I said that he shouldn't have said we gonna pull up, I mean, if you say you saying you're gonna try to jump me, you know what I'm saying? Again, all hands is off. At the end of the day, The glove is off in this situation. You said this is all Hitman's fault, but since everybody hates verbs, they choosing sides. I think it's a lot of blame to go around. Okay, so you got blame on the Murder Mook and Hitman shit. That's Gerald McCoy. That situation is Gerald McCoy's fault. Because if Gerald McCoy has any problem with Hitman, call Hitman. Don't bring verb into the conversation. Again, we're talking business. I understand that's your personal relationship, but you're talking business. Now, you might not have known where Hitman and Verb relationship was, but at the end of the day, no one can talk Gerald's FS1 contract but Gerald and FS1. So no one should talk a Hitman Holla contract except for Gerald, who's supposed to be paying the deposit, and Hitman, who's supposed to be performing. But then you have the situation in 2012 where they battled. And again, after that, relationship is never the same. 2018, you have the RBE situation. When that falling out happens, Verb says that him and Hitman had a conversation. Whatever those feelings were, all of those feelings should have came to the forefront then. I'm not going to stop saying this is Gerald's fault. Gerald gets 73% of the blame in that Murder Mook and Hitman fallout. Yes, he does. Why we can't hold Gerald accountable? Why we can't hold Gerald accountable? It's okay. He made a mistake. He apologized. I don't think it was an end-all, be-all, but I think it was definitely the fuel to this fire. So what about Hitman having any problems with Verb, not hitting Verb up, not letting him know? Hitman just did an interview on Verb YouTube channel last year, all smiles. Again, I said that. Hitman is wrong for if there was really a problem, then Hitman should have called and told Verb. Hitman should have called and told Verb. That's it. But again, what we have is a failure to communicate. It's a lot easier to get along than to stop your life and have a difficult conversation with somebody. It is. It's a lot easier to play the game than it is to say, stop, I actually give a damn about this relationship. I actually care about how this person really feels about me. It's a lot easier to just say, whatever. He go to my event, cool. He pull up for my battle, cool. He wear my hoodie, cool. Big St. Louis cap, Cardinal cap on his head, cool. Come on, man. Come on, man. Shout out Danny Myers, man. Shout out Danny Myers in the chat. But all of this, it's a lot of blame to go around. But this is a nasty situation for the city of St. Louis. This is a nasty situation for battle rap. Because clearly, it's what everybody want to talk about. You can't even talk about battles no more in the culture of battle rap. It's either Verb and Hitman or it's the RBE fallout. I ain't even talked about that. Oh, boy, I got a separate blog for y'all goofy ninjas. Yes, I do. I got a separate blog for y'all goofy ninjas. Yes, I do. Don't even worry. Don't worry about it. RBE, you on the grill. And you know why you're going to be on the grill? Because if this was happening at URL, they be on the grill. So your ass might as well go ahead and heat that little stovetop up. Go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Heat that joker up. And it's going to be a movie for that one. I promise you that. It's definitely going to be a movie when we talk about that. But again, at this point in time, pride and ego is too much involved. Because how would y'all feel right now? Let me ask y'all this. How would y'all feel if Hitman and Bird were able to have a conversation and, you know what I'm saying, air out their grievances and move on? Would y'all be cool with that? Without no fight? Would y'all be cool with that? Would y'all be cool with maturity and growth and professionalism taking over instead of ego, pride, and stubbornness? Would y'all? Because I want to see peace. I don't like. Do you feel Verb felt the way of Hitman possibly having a better battle than his and making more in the battle done by URL? I think again, I think competition, I think you always look at competition for sure. I think especially competition intensifies when competition is so close to you. If I'm competing against my brother, yeah, it's cool. I'm competing against everybody else. But when you're competing against your brother, it's like if I win, if I'm better than my brother, that means every barbecue, every game night, every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, I can bring this up at the table. I can bring this up at the table. Bro, if you don't trust something, you are gonna confide in someone close to you that you trust. It's common sense. Oh, common sense ain't so common, my boy. If I in business, I may ask, but I'm not making decisions. I can ask somebody who has a closer relationship to be a sounding board, but ultimately the decision rests in the investor's choice to either fund this opportunity or not fund this opportunity. You can't get mad at VERB for saying, man, this has happened. Like VERB, I just wish VERB would have just told Gerald to call Hitman. I don't know. Call Hitman. How I just wanted him to call Hitman. I don't know. The culture doesn't want peace until someone gets hurt. It went too far. They should have talked. 15 bloggers later, he said, son, I say son to have content. No VERB was thrown off because he thought they wasn't messing with URL or B's because of the bootlegging of Maxed Out 3. I've been said that. Day one kennels. I've been said that. A lot of this stems from the maxed out bootlegging. I think that's what VERB is ultimate like, and VERB thinks that the URL has something to do with that for whatever reason. That's what to me, that's what this is about. It's not about the $3,000. It's not about the swamp battle. It's about that maxed out 3. VERB saying that he was getting a percentage of the pay-per-views, and people were sending him, everybody was bootlegging it, and then he did the calculations, and he said something like, he said like $75,000 or $100,000 was lost on bootlegging or something crazy like that. This situation could have easily been fixed with a phone call, and now I feel like, unfortunately, it's gonna be an issue wherever. Y'all gonna be surprised when it's like, can't we all just get along? Piper Boy Williams, no, we can't. Piper Boy, I know you got something to do with this. This is all your fault. No, I'm just playing. Shout out my dog Piper Boy. But again, at the end of the day, this all could have been fixed with a phone call. But now we here. Now we got egos. Now we got pride. Now we got spaces. Now we got interviews. Now we got people using ops information. Now you get treated like an op. Like it's all over the place. But I think for me, being from St. Louis, again, this is a sad day for the city of St. Louis. This is sad times for the city of St. Louis. Pray for St. Louis, damn it. Pray for St. Louis. VERB and Hitman are two polarizing figures in this battle rap culture, but at the end of the day, y'all have this monster that has been created, this firestorm that has been created can only, to me right now, only be fixed one way. And y'all gotta fight. Like I don't know when Hitman says it's up forever. Like I almost felt like Hitman was like, it was a lot of passion in that first, in his little Tupac soliloquy yesterday. There was a lot of passion in that. To the point, I almost thought that man was like damn near crying. Like you could just hear it. Like he's hurt by the things that were said and was done. You know what I'm saying? Which he feels from VERB. He was. You said facts. VERB probably would have just apologized if he wasn't worried about what people would think about him. How can you have Beasley on stage after Pray for St. Louis? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But end of the day, man, it's a crazy situation. Who you taking in a boxing match? I'm not taking nobody. I've stayed out of this. In a boxing match, I don't know. I've just seen Hitman knock people out. Now I know VERB for actually taking like boxing lessons and sparring with people and things of that nature. I just know Hitman for one hitter quitter. So like Tyson or Bud. You know what I'm saying? Tyson or Bud Crawford. Like, I don't know what we doing with that one. I don't know. But I appreciate everybody pulling up today, man. Again, shout out to Hitman. Shout out to VERB. I will be in Philly for the anniversary card. So we'll see. We will definitely see. 250 people in here, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Hit the likes on the way out. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Shout out everybody who pulled up today, everybody who had an opinion, whether you agree with me, whether you don't, whether you agree with the situation, whether you don't, man. I appreciate y'all giving me an opportunity to speak my piece on the subject, man. So appreciate everybody in media. Shout out to Cola and Black Compass. Definitely been holding down the spaces this week. It's been Jupiter. It has been nuts, completely nuts. Shout out Piper Boy for what he been doing. He really been kind of, hey, he even put the team on his back this year in 2024. Shout out to Piper Boy, what he got going. Shout out to my dog, 3 Letterman. Hey, man, that's another thing, man. Hey, man, y'all get our 3 Letterman back, man. Just because he be in the spaces with VERB, man, my dog got his opinion and he be expressing it. He be expressing it, dog. Let them fools chill. Let them rock out. But I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully we can get back to battle rap for RBE, Bricks. Y'all next. Y'all definitely next. But this is Temperature Check. I am your host as always, man. Mr. Check the Temperature. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And you know the motto. I ain't just getting started. Being here. Appreciate y'all.